It's Christmas time and our family absolutely loves cookies. And every year I always make a variety of different cookies. This year I'm going to do a series of our 10 most loved cookies for the holiday season. So the first cookie I'm going to try to make are called coffee cake cookies, and they look absolutely delicious. So the first thing that I did is I'm going to make the streusel that's going to go on top of the dough or the cookie. It has 1/2 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of brown sugar. It has a pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 5 tablespoons of softened butter. We're going to throw all the ingredients in there together, and then you're going to kind of mix it either with your hands, or I just used a spoon, until you see small clumps. And then put a piece of plastic cover over it, and we're going to put it in the fridge, and then we'll work on the next part, the dough. So to make the dough, the next step is we're going to add our butter and our sugars into the KitchenAid mixer bowl. So I added 8 tablespoons of cold cubed butter, and then I did 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then 1/4 of cane sugar. And I'm going to use the paddle attachment. I'm going to whip those until they're very soft and there's no more lumps in it. So for the dry ingredients, I added 2 cups of all-purpose flour, but you can do 1 1/4 of all-purpose flour or 3 3/4 cup of cake flour, but I just did 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I did 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I did 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. I did 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and I did 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I added them all together, and I'm going to incorporate these in with my other ingredients, my wet ingredients, once I mix them all together. And then in here, I added 1 whole egg, an egg yolk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So once all of this is incorporated together, I'm going to throw in my egg yolk, my egg, and my vanilla. And then 1/4 cup at a time, just a small amount at a time, and incorporate my dry ingredients. And I'll show you what it looks like after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a thumbprint in the center, and we're going to take some of that streusel that we made earlier and had in the fridge, and we're going to put that streusel in the center. I'm taking some of the streusel that I made earlier that I had in the fridge, and I'm putting it inside the cookie. They're going to cook for about 10-15 minutes. After, probably closer to 10. Once I take the cookies out of the oven, I'm going to make an icing. The icing is 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, some butter, and some cream. Once I take them out of the oven, I'll drizzle that icing all over the cookies. So let's get them in the oven and get them cooked. I'm going to drizzle the icing over the cookies. These look absolutely delicious. Do it to all of them. Maybe a little bit too thick there. Try to do it lightly. They are gooey, filled with flavor, and sure to be a hit at any Christmas holiday activity.